Chapter 9. At All Cost. The following day, the sky beings interacted with the grandkids, who were happy to learn more about the world beyond their own. Nancy pointed to a hologram screen, Jonathan holding Claw and Star on his lap, while Fang sat beside him, given she was growing and could no longer fit in his lap. All the while, Tyrex watched, amazed by the knowledge the pair shared with the children. They're open. Speak freely.
Of course, they want our young to know about the world beyond. Sometimes I find it hard to grasp, but I'm amazed nonetheless.
Frostrunner, why did you stay with Chomper? He was not full Sharptooth. Didn't that ever bother you?
No, I trusted him. We were kids together. I knew he would never hurt me or the gang.
But he's an unknown creature. How did you handle it?
And that's the thing, Tyrex. When you love someone, you accept all their qualities, just as Chomper had to accept my unique speech, the funny way I talk, along with other things. I miss him.
Well, I'm here, and I'm not going anywhere. After several days, the sky beings were prepared to leave. They hugged each of the grandchildren, the older fast runners, even Screech and Thud. They lingered when embracing Tyrex, who felt himself slowly give in to the hug, reaching around to hold them close. Tyrex wasn't turned off by affection as he was before, finding it quite enjoyable. Like the tide, the seasons came and went, Tyrex settling into his role and ignoring any attempts to contact with Chomper. It was on a hot summer day. The children played in the water, Tyrex watching them with Ruby by his side. He'd never felt so much pride, not even killing compared to the joy he felt that moment. The scent of blood was nothing compared to the scent of family and loved ones. Then the joyous atmosphere changed as the children screamed, for something big moved under the surface. Ruby grabbed her spear and went to intervene, until Tyrex speedily dove into the water, swimming swiftly to reach the young. Fang held Star and did her best to get to Claw, who was lifted in the air by a long tentacle, many arms appearing above the water. Fang screamed and was grabbed and held fast, biting and escaping with Star. Tyrex made sure Fang and Star were okay before going to save Claw.
Dad, help!
Claw cried, being dragged under the water. On shore, Ruby helped Fang and held a sobbing Star. Her gaze was focused on the splashing, unable to see under the water. Below, Tyrex found himself attacked by many arms, being dragged deeper and deeper. Claw was there, unable to get loose, which enraged Tyrex, causing something deep within him to boil. There was a pulsing sound that grew louder and louder and faster. His body began to give off a soft blue glow, becoming brighter and brighter till, whoosh! A light of blue zapped out of the water, Ruby gasping and shielding the children's eyes, unsure where such a light came from. Once the light stopped, the water settled. Bits of the creature floated to the surface. Then, from the water, Tyrex appeared, carrying the head of the dead creature in his muzzle, Claw riding safely on his back dorsal spike. Ruby watched in awe as he came on shore, dropping the head of the creature, leaning down for Claw to hop off.
Mommy, Daddy saved me.
Claw was bouncing with glee.
Did you see that? He blew that thing apart with his light.
He did, didn't he? Well, who wants seafood? The family gathered to enjoy the strange creature, Ruby, Screech, and Thud working to cut it up. Bodney and Trudy studied the beast, never seeing such a thing before. Tyrex played with the kids, lifting them so they could slide down his back and into the shallow water.
Did he really spew a light?
Screech asked Ruby as they worked.
Yes, it was like fire, burning brightly, killing the thing.
Amazing. The second boss is also full of surprises.
He sure is.
After the meal, Ruby and Tyrex tucked the kids into bed. Kissing each one, they left the rooms. Tyrex held a smirk when he headed for the front door.
What's so funny?
Remember when you wouldn't let me come in here?
Yes, sorry about that.
There's nothing to apologize for. Given who I was, I wouldn't have let me near those kids. They're wonderful, even the prey.
Thank you for protecting them today. I don't think my heart could handle losing another.
Another?
A fast spider egg that never hatched. I blame myself for it.
You are a wonderful mother. Never question that. His eyes were tender and, despite being predatory, reminded her of Chomper. How about a short walk?
Sounds nice.
They went to the beach, never going too far from the house. As they stood, Ruby gazed up at the moon. Unlike Ruby, Tyrex's gaze was locked onto Ruby. I hope you know I would do anything for those kids. And for you.
I know that now.
Tyrex took Ruby's hand, placing his other to her wrist, spinning her round and round, dancing as Nancy and Jonathan taught him. Ruby flushed, never pushing him away or stepping back, leaning in and letting him lead.
What's this?
It's called dancing, a thing done between friends, couples, mates. Tyrex trailed off. I was so mad for so long. In truth, I envied Chomper for what he had and for what I could never get. He had friends, a wonderful mate, beautiful children. Now I'm able to share some of the joy he felt.
Tyrex.
Then Ruby gasped, seeing they left the ground, moving up into the air. Instinctively, she grabbed onto him, Tyrex only holding her close, treasuring every minute he shared with her. Once Ruby realized they weren't falling, she enjoyed the weightless sensation, giving in and letting him lead her in dance. If happiness was a tangible thing, it would be you. If you'd have told me the feelings you'd bring, I think them untrue. And being such for a wonder like you, all their lives, you still amaze me after all this time. I belong somewhere so far. Now my heart is where you are. Leave you here I would never. I'll forever promise as one does. I will protect you at all cost. Keep you safe here in my arms. I will protect you at all cost. At all costs.
Wow. What's pain when I look at you? No way I could explain you, even if I tried to. I'll never dream like I used to do. If someone tried to hurt you, I won't ever let that happen. I'd fight for you in ways you can't imagine. Feel my heart beat fast. I hope it would be alright to stay right here beside you and promise as one does. I will protect you at all costs. Keep you safe here in my arms. I will protect you at all costs. At all costs. If you ever feel like you're lost, I'll come find you. Man all fronts, there's no ocean I won't swim across to be right by you. To you I'd run, in the past I doubts, but now there's none, 'cause I'm beside you. And promise
as one does. I will protect you at all cost and keep you safe here in my arms. I will protect you at all cost, at all cost. They dove, Ruby being lifted and held in Tyvex's strong arms, seeing the big water move under them. When they reached the island, Tyvex let Ruby down, keeping her close. Ruby made a move and took Tyvex's hands, finding she grew to care about him as her friend, co-parent, and maybe even more. He was still Chomper after all, so was it so wrong to have feelings for him?
Tyvex,
Ruby noticed he shook, letting go of her hands to rub his head.
Tyvex, are you okay?
Ruby, he uttered before his eyes rolled back and he passed out. For a moment, Ruby wondered if he had a massive attack and died without delay. She rushed to his side, placing her hand against his heart, hearing it beat, so he was alive. What made her wonder was why had he collapsed? He seemed fine. Maybe he feared what she was about to say and decided pretending to pass out was better than hearing what she had to say, for she was about to confess her feelings for him.